setting up a health facility. That Honorable Speaker, some colleagues give reasons that I'm a first timer in Parliament, I haven't known what to do, but Honorable Ssegirinya proved that statement wrong. That within a few months in Parliament, he had to do something that was very impactful to his people. And lastly, it's about
many people have spoken about how they came to know him, and personally, the closest I came to know him is through the video excerpts I watched when we were migrating from analog. That's the time I saw someone passing his message. He didn't care whether the English was not fluent. He would pass the message and everyone would really pick it. And I think that's what we require. Sometimes we feel we must package the information we want to pass in a specific way. But what matters is if the other side of the communication platform can get it. That's the closest I got to it. Everyone has spoken that actually the time he spent in Parliament was so short. But probably and most likely, he has done a lot, most of us here, for their constituency. He has really. You can saw the litany of achievements that have been narrated. And I think that's something that's so commendable that we should appreciate of him. But I want to say most importantly, we are here as representatives of the people, representing people with our parties. But I think the most important thing is that we are humans, and our service delivery is the humanity. And I think Honorable Ssegirinya has done this. He has done service to humanity, given the short time. It is not the time that we spend in a place that matters. It's the best that we can do, which I think he has done. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you. Sechi, Uda, Bunyoro, Imam. Minister, you will speak last.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I rise to pay my condolences to the family of the late Hon Muhammad Ssegirinya, the relatives, friends, and colleagues, members of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, members, we yet stand here under very, very difficult circumstances of paying tribute to a honorable member of Parliament who walked to this house and was sworn in but has not served even one term to its completion. It is sad. And to me, I'm looking at the circumstances that has led to his demise. Right Honorable Speaker, members, it isn't the late Honorable Ssegirinya in these circumstances alone. But all of us are potential detainees, all of us. I know for sure I was supposed to have been arrested on the 13th of December last year under framed up charges. There are strong people in this country had written a report and submitted it to the president, accusing me of murder, accusing me of land grabbing, and all sorts of things. And there is a private secretary to the president, one Susan Kasinje, whom the president had invited us to attend that meeting in State House. But he excluded me and allowed my accusers to be before the president. And they made their case. And they went through their channels to write reports, say, Your Excellency, we are waiting your orders. But fortunately, the president thought twice. He sent another set of investigators and the CID headquarters, where I would have been arrested for murder. Not one person, but 3 persons. And all that. But the point I'm trying to raise is that the state is a leviathan, huge, with many actors. The president comes in, being the one on top, and who really, in the circumstances, bears responsibility. But in most cases, there are those who work behind the scenes, and they write such reports, and they frame up people, innocent people, like we have the Ssegirinya. Why must the arresting officers and the prosecution arrest, then start investigations? Ideally, why don't you investigate, have a case, and then you arrest so that the accused can have his day in court? Shouldn't be standing here. Probably would also be in very similar circumstances. Mr. Right Honorable Speaker and members, yes, death is a must. But his must have been exacerbated by his long stay on remand in jail. And even the judiciary abandoned its cardinal mission of being the temple of justice. We must check all ourselves. Those agencies within government who write and give fake reports and end up embarrassing the president, and then end up embarrassing government and embarrassing all of us. Because for the last 2 years, when they were embarrassing all of us, because for the last 2 years, when they were in detention, why didn't the state adduce evidence and have them produced before courts of law? And also, I want to agree with Honorable Nambozi, this tinkering with the constitution on provisions that are critical to Ugandans. Why must you remove bail, yet you know the investigative machinery of the country is still nascent? It isn't solid. Why must you move against the bond in a country where the state institutions and apparatus are still fragile? So I think we need to take caution as members of parliament. We are not doing, internationally, we are not doing well. Our rating is going down, and now culminating into the abduction of Besigye. He's now being tried in Makindye. We can't find the way out. Looking at Dr. Besigye behind bars with his big eyes, you can't look at the photos again. It is a disgrace to this.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. In the VIP gallery, we have Honorable Muyanja Senyonga. You're most welcome. Thank you for coming. We also have a condolence message to the family of the late Ssegirinya from the Parliamentary Pension Scheme. and enclosed is 2 million shillings. We'll pass on the document, and Honorable Aisha, you'll make sure that this man is delivered since you're a member of the pension. And then we also have a condolence message to the family of Honorable Diri Babadiri, Margaret.
Ssegirinya was very active. Almost all the members of parliament know him. While we have stayed here for 4 years, we still don't know ourselves, each other. But because he was very active, he made sure that everybody knows him. And really that is his contribution. Some of us will finish the 5 years here. You get in the streets and you don't know each other and you pass by. But nobody could do that one for Honorable Ssegirinya. Right Honorable Speaker, the faith I subscribe to, that is Islam, strongly believes that you only die when it is your day. And it also says that when God designed that human beings would die, he directed angel Gabriel that you will be the one to get off the spirit from the person. But when Gabriel feared, he said, how will I do it? He said, I will help you to do it. And he has arranged it, like the one for Ssegirinya. He arranged it that time will come, you will pass. But for me to believe that you have passed because you overstayed in jail, given the opportunity of the right, I will make sure that you remain in the jail. Then Gabriel will come and take the spirit. Then people will say you died because of this. But if you are a believer, you will know that it is the time. That's why we have passed. And for us, that is it. Unless you are not a Muslim, there are Muslims here who will support what I'm saying. But if you are not a Muslim, then please keep quiet. Allow the Muslims to talk. Right Honorable Speaker, for us as Muslims, when somebody passes, there are rituals that we must follow. And one of them is the respect that you give for the person who died. There are prayers that we must do. There are even a guidance of how you acknowledge the person who passes. So that when you talk, you also get a thwab, and the person you talk for also get a thwab. Now this is what we are supposed to do for our brother here. He has suffered with the sickness for long, but now we must do all these rituals, like the prayers that we must do, and we must continue to pray that even if he had his shortcomings, we ask God to forgive him and give him a Jannah, because that's all where we are going to. My brother Muhammad, may you rest in peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Bunyoro Affairs.
Right
Imam.
Honorable Speaker, and mourn for our own friend. We should be given an opportunity to mourn.
Can you sit?
Just
He's
because
a
you
member
don't
of parliament. He's a member of parliament of this house.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Chibuku, whom I represent in this house, and the people of Bunyoro, where I'm deployed as a minister, I bring my condolences, especially to you, Right Honorable Speaker, the House, Mama Ssegirinya and the family, the people of Kawempe North. It's very, very unfortunate that we are losing a younger person.
I pity when some people start behaving funny on a special city. I really pity. This Honorable Ssegirinya belongs to this house, not to a party. When you're in the house here, and I am balancing the sides. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
By the way, I have the power even to adjourn the house. Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya is one of the people I admired. He was a very courageous person. One time I saw Honorable Ssegirinya when a younger lady lost a baby and the purported father was refusing to bury that child. Honorable Ssegirinya carried a dead child in a coffin on his head and looked for that man. To bury the child. That kind of courage is rare. But also, Honorable Ssegirinya was a serious mobilizer. Even in his constituency, he loved his voters. You remember when he offered that every woman that delivers was entitled to offers. But also building a health facility. Colleagues, you all remember, or you know, service delivery in terms of health provision is not cheap. For one to build a facility, buy drugs,
Let's be brief. We are
pay
running
the
out of
medical
time.
workers is not easy. So I salute Honorable Ssegirinya.
Thank
It's
you.
a big loss to the country. May God sustain the bereaved family.
Thank you. Honorable Imam of the Mosque, Honorable Mpindi, Mitiana, Gorete, and then Semakula.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
But I thought you're on one side. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to add my voice to the rest of the members and condole with the family and the people of Kawempe North constituency for the demise of our brother, the late Honorable Muhammad Ssegirinya. As the Imam of the Muslim Parliamentary Caucus, we have lost a committed and dedicated brother whom we thought would interact with and contribute a lot to the act. But we thank Allah that gave him this time on earth and for all that he has managed to do while alive. Right Honorable Speaker, death is a menu that everybody will taste, regardless of status, whether member of parliament, or whether common man outside there, everybody will have to taste that menu. And whoever wishes death for others, just to know that at any time it will knock on your door.
Thank you.
I had an opportunity, Right Honorable, and he would not implement that plan. May the Almighty Allah pardon him for his shortcomings and give him
Thank you.
Jannah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 minute.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, being a resident of Kawempe, I have a lot to talk about Ssegirinya. But you have given me 1 minute, and I want to use it in just two things. One, members have submitted, but Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya has a family. And as you've heard, his family is not doing well. He has left children, and we are almost concluding the debate without devising means of helping the family, the children. I want to propose that as we pass the resolution, we include a clause that this parliament find means of helping the children of the Honorable Ssegirinya. That is one. And then two, I know as members of parliament we have a norm of contributing to members who have died. I pray that as members of parliament, each of us contribute 500,000 and we get some money to support the family, especially the wives of Honorable Ssegirinya, to take on the mantle that Ssegirinya was taking on. So that the children of Ssegirinya. Right, Honorable Speaker, for me, if that is done, I will be a very happy man. I saw...
Can you conclude?
Right, Honorable Speaker, the clerk was taking your attention, but my proposal, we contribute either 500, and one member is telling me 1 million, 500 each member.
You know, when we pass a resolution here to contribute for Honorable Jacob, you are the same people. You are the same people who went in the streets, who started bashing the speaker, who started doing the what. My proposal is let's contribute personally. Let's contribute. For me, I can take up 1 kid and educate 1 kid in my school. After this, look for me and I will take up 1 kid. Ssegirinya, where is Ssegirinya? In which class? Exactly. I will pay your fees and I will take you to my school for secondary.
Right, Honorable Speaker,
Yes.
thank you so much. And I want to conclude by thanking you for what you've done to Honorable Ssegirinya and what you've done to members of Parliament without discriminating the political belief, the size, the constituency. Thank you so much. Thank you, and may you reign forever.
Amen.
Thank you, Right Honorable.
Goreti Semakula.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to first of all appreciate Ssegirinya mother and his brother Kasaga, because, Right Honorable Speaker, when someone faces challenges, many times even your family can abandon you. Ssegirinya and the Honorable Sewanyana were incarcerated. I went to Masaka where they were brought to court. I went to Luzira. I went to Chigo. He began to be sick, and I went to Nsambia. I went to Nairobi and Lubaga, and those two were constant. Thank you so much for being there for Honorable Ssegirinya. Right Honorable Speaker, I met Ssegirinya when I was still a journalist, and this is what I wanted to say about Ssegirinya. The Honorable Ssegirinya was very authentic. He was real. He was genuine, he was honest, even in times of his need. Because when I met him, he used to call on radio stations as Dobozile Chebando. And one time when I was doing a story about those radiophone callers, I spoke to him, I spoke to Makolo Kavuma and Dubachoya. And he was demonstrating to me about what they used to do to get through, because I was asking them, how come you people are so constant on the radio stations? And he showed me about 8 phones. He would call at the same time, whichever went through first, he would speak. That was Ssegirinya. Then, I remember the time he used to be with Dr. Kizza Besigye. In fact, it's very sad that Colonel Kizza Besigye is in prison, because Ssegirinya was always with Colonel Kizza Besigye. And then he would come to me. At a certain point, I was an editor of a TV station. So he would come to me and beg. And kindly, let me finish.
Honorable members, we have run out of time because the body must go for Juma prayers.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
I take this opportunity to appreciate you, your office, the office of the Leader of Opposition.
That is the size mate, yes.
And all honorable colleagues, members of Parliament, for standing with the Honorable Ssegirinya during this moment.
Thank you.
Every one of you has appreciated the works of Honorable Ssegirinya. But I want to remind you that that is the responsibility of government. Right Honorable Speaker, we should put appropriate resources in the area of medical. He has bought CT scans. That is not our responsibility. This is why we are suffering out there. That is social corporate responsibility that you should do at leisure. So government should take on its responsibility of doing basic services to this government. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you, Honorable Semakula, Honorable Minister.
Dear women within Parliament and outside there, we
Ladies.
appreciate you.
Ladies.
Basing on what the mother of Honorable Ssegirinya, the late Honorable Ssegirinya, has done. In the Holy Book of the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, it is written, there is time for everything. There is time to be born and time to die. There is time to be happy and a time to be sad. However, my special message goes to the judiciary. Dear our land friends, where did your Ubuntu go? In Uganda, we know bail is not a privilege. It is a right. But these days we hear you are working under decrees. Where did your Ubuntu go? Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, we appreciate all you give to members, all whatever you give to members of Parliament. But however, as we Parliament, we should work for free medical insurance for every Ugandan, regardless of your status. May your soul rest eternal peace.
Flavia, then Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much. Honorable, thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Flavia, your minute is going.
Thank you. Sincere condolences to the family of the Right of Honorable Ssegirinya. May God rest his soul in peace. I really want to bring to light two scenarios that particularly caught my attention. One was for the mother of Honorable Ssegirinya, when she wailed in court at some point, when Honorable Ssegirinya exposed his foot that had been tortured in court and was requesting to be released so that he could go and get medication. The mother wailed loudly in court, unfortunately, pleading to the magistrate to release her son so that she could go for. Unfortunately, he was never released. A second scenario was when the mother wept, crying, coming to Parliament to ask the Speaker and to ask members of Parliament to intercede so that her son could be released.
Thank you.
Those two scenarios come to light, and I want to ask the people that are watching us right now, eulogize Honorable Ssegirinya, what they think about the children of Honorable Ssegirinya and the parents of Honorable Ssegirinya. Had they been in the position of those two, what would they have done? Where do they think their kids are going to go? How do they think their kids are going to look at the children of the tortured Ssegirinyas children? Which country are we passing on, and are we passing on to our children? Honorable Ssegirinya, fight hard. May your soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister. You people, I don't want to get a curse when the body is not prayed for.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members. I rise to support the motion to pay tribute to our fallen colleague, and on behalf of the people of Chinchiz East, I convey condolences to the family, the mother, and the family of Ssegirinya, Honorable, to you, the Speaker of Parliament, and all members of Parliament, because this is our colleague, to the members of the National Unity Platform Party where he belonged, and the entire opposition, and the people of Kawempe North, whom he represented in this House. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya made his name through activism, and many of us knew him before coming to Parliament, because he was very active in the public space. And people would always say, that man might end up in the Parliament, as if he should not be in the Parliament. And indeed, he came to the House. When he came to the House, he was a member of Parliament who reached out to anybody and everybody, irrespective of where you stood. For instance, he approached me and said, Honorable Baryomus, I know you from the public. I have a wife who hails from your constituency, the village of Kambuga. So I am your in-law. And yes, and we began relating as such. So we, the people of Kanungu, He was our son-in-law. He's our son-in-law, and we have lost our son. I think there are many lessons that we draw from the life of the Honorable Ssegirinya, that you can rise from a humble background and rise to any position as long as you know what you want. Because he rose through political and media activism and became a member of Parliament. I would also like to salute him for his spirit of altruism, concern for the others, because as we heard from the many eulogies and as we knew him, even when he served as a member of Parliament for a short time, but he was on the ground trying to address the concerns of the people of his constituents, and we salute him for that. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Ssegirinya had an incurable medical illness even before he came to Parliament. And indeed, even before we were sworn in, he fell sick, and I think he was even hospitalized. So he came to the house when he was sick. It was unfortunate that he was imprisoned together with the Honorable Ssegirinya, Ssewanyana, rather. And I remember even his long time on remand concerned some of us. I think this is the Honorable Sarigwa or Muhammad Chivumbi, where we discussed it at some point. I also know that being in prison, it depressed him so much that at one point he even refused to take medication until when we had to come in and counsel him as a medical doctor. So we're in touch with him, and we really feel sorry that he has died when he had not accomplished his assignment as a member of Parliament for the five years. Madam Speaker, allow me to make comments on some of the issues which have been raised in this debate. Many of them, I think we have time and space as members of Parliament to debate them, the nature of politics, human rights, all these issues. We have time to discuss them as members of Parliament, but probably allow me to speak on two issues, bail and bond. The President, the President, Yoweri Museveni, has an opinion that maybe bail should be denied on some offenses, as an opinion. But that opinion, I have heard him say, I will engage the Chief Justice to see whether maybe there can be practice directives or what. But this has not been translated into law.
Honorable members, let's listen. An opinion is not law.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I'm saying. You had your time to speak, I am now speaking. You see, the problem, Madam Speaker, that we have in this country is intolerance. We should be able to listen to each other. My view may not be the same as yours, but you should give me a chance to say what I want to say. And as we move forward, Madam Speaker, we should, as members of Parliament and political leaders, promote that culture of tolerance even when our views are different. So on that issue of bail, it's an opinion that he has been holding, but if it was to be so at the end, it will come here, either through amendment of the Constitution or the laws. And I don't think any judicial officer currently is designated to fail to make a decision, because the law still gives judicial officers discretion to decide on matters of bail when cases are before them. So a judicial officer worth his name should be able to make a judgment, make a decision, depending on the case before him or her. And I'm sure the lawyers in this House agree. The other issue that has been raised is that maybe government and judiciary should consider maybe dropping charges against the Honorable, the co-accused, Honorable Sewanyana and the co-accused.
I think that is something that we should discuss later.
Yes.
On the issues of political prisoners.
Nothing useful
to
say.
That's what I'm saying. We take note of that request.
Take your seat, sir.
You know,
Doctor, you finish? Switch on.
I will convey this to the Attorney General to have an engagement with the Judiciary. We have taken note of that concern raised by the members of Parliament.
I think we should also have a date when we shall discuss the issue of the political prisoners.
Okay.
Let's have a date. And
we shall have a debate on even whether that terminology is correct of political prisoners. But that will be for another day. Lastly, Madam Speaker, like I said, the Honorable Ssegirinya had a wife from my constituency. I am not very sure of the children the wife has, but I also, as a member of Parliament for Chinchills East, take up one of the children.
Thank you.
Support the child for his or her education.
Thank you.
I thank you very much. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, Honorable Ssegirinya has fought a good fight, and Ssegirinya Muhammad, Mr. Update, he has served humanity. He has been there for everybody, and he rose from grace to grace. If he tells you how he came from Masaka, how he boarded a Matoke truck, you will not believe it. Ssegirinya has come from very far, but we must thank God that he at least achieved what he wanted. And his humility speaks volumes. How we could learn, if we could learn something from the late Ssegirinya, it would make a change in all of us. When you hear that within those few months that he made an impact in Kawempe, he made an impact in his community, he made an impact in this country, then you must learn something. I want to put a question. Yes. Honorable members, and you're Muslim. You are the same person who is going to blame me for delaying with the body here.
Right, Honorable Speaker, that swallow for Janais is performed as long as the body has come anytime. So it is not delayed. May I make the amendment, ma'am?
What amendment?
May I make the amendment, ma'am?
Yes.
May I make the amendment?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Well, Right Honorable Speaker, I sincerely appreciate your concern that when you persuaded members to contribute, we spoke in tongues outside. Well, I appreciate that.
Actually attacking me.
Yes, I appreciate your concern, and it's regrettable. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya has served here 4 years. The difference between him and the Right Honorable Olanya is that he had served here for several years, and therefore his package was big as a person. And as a Right Honorable Speaker, he also had an entitlement as a fallen Speaker of Parliament. Honorable Ssegirinya has only been here for 4 years, did not even have time to invest for his family. You can imagine the burden that the family is going to have. I've calculated, Right Honorable Speaker, if each one of us here sacrificed only 300,000 shillings, the family would collect 150 million shillings, which is good enough for them to be able to invest. I therefore would like to persuade my colleagues that we amend the motion to include that members of Parliament, each one of them, of us, contributes 300,000 shillings as a package to help the family of Honorable Ssegirinya. I submit.
Honorable members, is that seconded? No, you sit. seat, I want secondment from this side. Seconded by Honorable Bariomusi, by Honorable Bahati, by the Imam, by Ibanda, by Bunyoro Affairs, by Honorable Uda, Honorable Balam, Honorable Gabriel, Honorable Minister Okasai, Rose, by the whole NRM side. So we are making a motion, and clerk should take note of this. Okay, I want to see those from this side also. Yes, I want to see the leader of opposition, the cow. Honorable Duru is not supporting. You better convince Honorable Duru to support, because I don't want to be taken to court. Supported by Hassan, by Honorable Chivumbi, by Honorable Asumani, by Honorable Abudu, by Honorable Seungu, by Honorable Elijah, Honorable Zake, Hildaman, Ethel, Madam Teacher, by the whole opposition. We are amending that one and all the independents. Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I concede to the amendment.
Thank you. Those in favor of the amendment say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it. I now put a question that that Parliament pays a glowing tribute to the late Honorable Ssegirinya-Muhammad, a former Member of Parliament of Kawempe Division North, and the tribute with amendment of payment of 300,000 per deduction per Member of Parliament as passed in the resolution here. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Anthems in reverse order. May we please rise? Please remain standing as the casket leaves the chamber. may resume your seats.
Honorable members, the Parliamentary Muslim community would want to say a prayer for 1 minute outside there. We'll now adjourn the House, and I will request that only the sectoral committees will be sitting during this period, and we adjourn the House to 21st January.